What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining me on D's Analysis. Today we're going to be looking at Nvidia. We've been riding up this trend line for some time. We finally cracked underneath it January 24th. We pushed back up on February 18th. We got a retest off of this horizontal level of support, which was this local high previously, and we've been playing around this level prior. We pushed up, it coincided with this trend line. We got a strong move to the downside, and hopefully we found a bottom. But we have two trend lines drawn out. After you crack the primary trend line, there's a good chance that you push to the secondary trend line. So now we cracked below this trend line. There's a strong chance that you can get that push up, retest, and move down to this downside. Now, on the bright side, we did reclaim the trend line, which is a good sign as well. So that's a bullish sign for sure, because now on this trend line, we're playing back inside of this range. So maybe the next move is to this trend line up here. On the Bollinger Bands, we're looking good. We spent a little bit of time outside of the band. That was this red candle here, and this week we ended up reclaiming it and claiming the trend line again, and we're back within this range. So this is a good sign. On the daily, it's pretty similar. We got a strong bounce off the green. We're already at the blue band, so let's see if we can push through it and get to the red band. In terms of the SMA on the daily, it's not looking too good as of now. We have to reclaim all three bands, all three SMAs, the 20, the 50, and the 200. And on the weekly SMAs, we're right underneath the 50. It almost closed right on it. It was very close. So maybe that's enough momentum to get us to break through this week coming up. The whole market finished very bullish. So maybe there's a good chance that Nvidia will get a pump up coming into this week. I mean, it did finish up 5% this week, so I think that's a very good sign, showing that there's some buyers coming in. In terms of volume, we got a nice spike on Friday, which is a nice thing to see on the weekly. And on the daily, you can see the volume's already kind of been up for the past week because there's been a lot of volatility in the market. And we're going to go back to the SMAs, and we're going to look at the weekly SMAs. And there's something that I've noticed. Every time you get the 20 takes over the 50 and pushes up, we get a massive move up. So right here, the blue and white line is the 20. The yellow and purple line is the 50. So as you can see, it curls up. Remember, this is a lagging indicator, so it's going to lag whatever price is doing. See, price is already up, and then you finally see the 20 SMA moving up. So as it crosses, you can see we're going to go from the bottom here. Once it crosses, that was a 1,000% move from the cross, from this bottom when it crosses all the way to the peak. So you can see whenever the 20 moves above the 50, it's a strong sign. And we can see it again and again. You see it here, it crosses. The next thing you see from there is an 800% move. Every time the 20 crosses is 50 and pushes on top. And now it also happens in the opposite direction as well. So when the 20 weekly moving average pushes underneath the 50, that crossover is extremely bearish. So when that happens, you can see what ends up happening. If you take it from this local high to the bottom, that's a 70% move. If you take it from this one, since it's a lagging indicator, that's a 62% move to the downside. So these moving averages are very strong. They are lagging, like I said prior, but you can see every time we get the cross, it pushes extremely hard. Every time we get a cross to the downside, it pushes down very hard. Now, since it's a lagging indicator, something that could be happening, it's not guaranteed. I'm not saying this is going to happen. Not trying to scare anybody. But since it's a lagging indicator, what if this is already the local top for a little bit of time, and then this starts to push down and cross this SMA right here? We start to push downward. And we're going to pull a fib. We're going to pull a fib from the bottom of this move to the top. We're getting a strong bounce off the 382, which is super bullish. That shows that the trend is still intact to the upside. So that's a very good sign as well. Along with this close that we had this past week, that's a great sign. If we lost the 382, the next level would have been the 0.5 to the 0.618, which is a golden zone. So this is a very bullish sign right now. If we take it from the start of this move, we almost touched the golden zone. If you start the golden zone from this move right here, then we could almost say that it bounced off the golden zone, but not quite, but it was close enough. So that could be a bullish continuation of the trend. That's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you in the next one.